Well, the day has finally arrived, as last time out was the 2018 PFA draft, but now here is the second round of re-sign, as players were signed to fill in the gaps, and any really good players left got signed too, as we're getting closer and closer to the 2018 PFA season. So here is the list of players that got re-signed. Well, signed, I mean to say, as these were free agents. And we're going to start off in order by the conference, start off in the National Conference, and start off with Atlanta signing offensive guard Robert Wilbert, who had a 77 overall. That's really good for 3 years for $9 million. And after them, it was Boston, who signed the best punter in the league, Rico Coleman, at least in free agency, to a 5-year, $5 million deal. And then Cleveland signed kicker Leopoldo Bertrand, who has 76 overall for 3 years for $2.1 million. Then Jacksonville signed center Trey Mitchell, who had 66 overall for 3 years for $3.6 million. Then the Los Angeles Angels signed another center, Eugene McKinley, who has 70 overall for 4 years for $5.2 million. The defending champs, Manhattan Green, signed kicker Verone Beltran with a 76 overall for 4 years for $3.6 million. Then Philadelphia signed defensive tackle Otto Quillam, who was a defensive tackle, 72 overall for 4 years for $8 million. And then the Portland Dragons signed Ryan Litlow, strong safety, 56 overall for 4 years for $3 million. And then the final player of the National Conference was by the San Antonio Longhorns when they signed corner Henry Reeder, who has 60 overall for 3 years and $4.2 million. And by the way, Philadelphia's Otto Quillam was on the Chicago 71ers the last 2 years and was pretty good, but since they were really loaded on defensive tackles, they decided to let him go. But then off to the Century Conference, started off with the Kansas City Hammerheads, who signed running back Ronald Jolly, who was on the San Diego Rays the last 2 years. 68 overall for 3 years for $3 million, as he's going to be second string and possibly running back by committee. They might be running, possibly because of that. Then New Orleans Jazz signed Max McGrath, offensive tackle, 63 overall for 4 years for $4.4 million. And then the Oklahoma Oilers signed Steven Johnson, a free safety of 58 overall for 3 years for $2.7 million. And then the Pittsburgh Blitz signed Richard Bradley, punter of 82 overall for 7 years and $7 million. The longest contract of all the players signed right here, but not the biggest. And then to finally finish it up is San Diego Rays, who signed 2 players, believe it or not. First off, they signed Gordon Fredrickson, an offensive guard of 69 overall for 3 years for $3.6 million. And then they signed cornerback Daniel Gross, who has 60 overall for the second biggest contract in terms of money of all the players here, 5 years for $8.5 million. That is all the players that were re-signed right now. Now, of course, not all these players might not last when it comes to actual kickoff, because the game, when there's players that there has an option that auto-fills an entire team where they'll sign players that they need to pick up and they'll cut all the excessive players. So these players might not be there by the time 2018 comes around, but who knows for sure. But hey, these are all the free agencies, and I've actually already auto-updated all the teams already. So soon, very soon, I'm going to show the overalls of the teams going into 2018. I'm then going to make my predictions, and then the 2018 PFA season can begin simulating. So see you guys then, as the 2018 PFA season is getting one step closer to happening.